Hello, welcome back to Games Night. Today I'm joined by Ravs and Kirsty, who went to a special press event for the Elden Ring board game, which I sadly missed out on, but I'm very excited about. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's been a couple of days now. I think it's been like a week. Has it been a week?
Yeah, it has, something like that.
Yeah.
God. So tell me all about it. Like, tell me about all things Elden Ring. How did it start?
Ooh.
So we got there and it was at a place called the Monastery, and I was immediately thinking like, oh, that must be like a trendy pub. Must be like a cool big pub because it's going to have a bunch of people there. No, it was an actual monastery, Ben.
Yep.
It was like
what?
It was like proper like Elden Ringy. Like,
oh my God.
I went into this big, beautiful monastery, and there were drinks that were really strong.
They were so strong. I was drinking and he was like, slow down.
Yeah.
But they're free. I need to get my value.
I need more.
But they were like, they were themed, so they were called like Fallen Grace and stuff like that. They were really cool.
Oh, class.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was great. They'd put like little trees around the whole monastery, and there were candles everywhere. It was really cool. Mm-hmm.
We immediately saw some lovely cosplayers that were cosplaying as Melania, and one of the other bosses that I can't remember the name of right now, but it was pretty cool.
Wow.
It was super cool. They said as well, those cosplayers, like they got the cosplays together really short notice, but they looked so good. They looked really good.
Were they just like trying to be humble, and they were like, "Oh, I just threw this together."
Oh, I just threw this on.
Well, they said
they've been working on it since like the pre-release trailers came out, slaving away.
Yeah,
they said that they've actually just kind of got into like cosplaying and stuff as well. I was like so impressed.
Yeah, they said they'd been doing it for about a year, and they'd literally been to, I want to say Birmingham Comic Con like the week before. Mm-hmm. So they said they'd got back from that, and then they just like started working on it.
Oh my God.
And yeah, they did a bloody good job. It was really cool.
Wow. Okay, so they made a great first impression. The Steam Forged game guys who are making the Elden Ring board game, they've wined you, they've dined you, they've cathedraled you.
They were super lovely. Then this is what you're waiting to hear, Ben. This was the best bit. We walked into the monastery, like we were in like the little reception area. As we walked into the monastery, the Elden Ring music started to play. And you know that bit when it kicks in, it goes,
is it the title music?
Yeah, ba ba ba
that's such a banger.
As we walked into the monastery and we saw like there was a Rise tarnished sword there. They had all the little miniatures and stuff. I was losing my damn mind.
They had all the boxes laid out.
All the boxes were sat there. All the boxes are huge. They look really cool. There was like 4 or 5 of them. I can't remember. I couldn't even count. There were so many.
There were so many.
Yeah.
I'm such a big nerd for stuff like that. Like if a game's got a nice box, I'm like,
It makes all the difference, honestly. Like I think the main reason my wife and I play Wingspan is because just the components are so lush. Like it's just like a really nice box, really nice cards, really nice pieces. Oh, that's good to hear. I think they would have just had me with the music, to be honest. Sometimes when I'm playing Elden Ring, I'll just sit there for a couple of minutes on the title screen and just let that theme tune play out. It's so good. It's so
out of respect, I just let it play.
just take it in. Yeah. It was great. The music was playing through like the whole evening. And even when later on, when we were trying out the game, you just got little stings of the music as you were playing. Like we were fighting like the enemies and the music would kick in and we were just like, yes!
Yeah, I did something really cool in the board game and like the really good sting came in. I was like, oh my God. I felt like I was playing Elden Ring.
They didn't do the opposite then and just like play the you died bit when you died.
Yeah.
Well, I was terrified. We were actually told we were the first people outside the company to play the game. I was like, ooh. And when we were playing it, I'm like, I'm going to die. And I actually did die twice, but death is not the end.
You did. I don't know if I died. I can't remember.
Oh my God. That's not the true Elden Ring experience, not dying. I mean,
well, I'm just that good.
No, you died. No, you died once. I remember you dying once.
Oh, once, all right.
Yeah.
That's part of the game. You gotta die.
Actually, I think I remember that. It's because you moved in front of me and he cleaved us.
I did, yeah. Yeah.
Right, so Rav's got you killed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hearing.
But I think we sent a bunch of pictures into the group chat, actually. Like, hopefully we can maybe splice some of them in.
Hopefully we can edit some of these pictures.
Yeah.
The models look phenomenal. They look like, the actual bosses. Like, oh, forgive me, I'm forgetting all the names. Margaret.
Margot.
Margaret.
They are.
Margaret.
Margaret.
Yeah,
that was
Margaret
it.
and Margot.
Margaret.
A lot of the names in Elden Ring are very
They had-
samey. I don't blame you.
Yeah. There was that. There was the lad with the big dragon arm. He looked
Oh, yeah,
phenomenal.
Godfrey
Yeah.
or Godric?
Godfrey.
There's so many.
Yeah. They had the beast lad with the big axe. He was there.
The Beast Man.
Yeah.
I think he's the one we fought, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the boss that we fought.
Yeah, we beat him. We
Is
beat
that
him up.
the guy with the lion's mane?
Yeah. Lion's Mane. Beastkin, something like that.
Leonite Misbegotten?
Yes. That was it.
Misbegotten. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was in the game, well, in the computer
Yeah.
game. He's
Yeah.
in the castle at the end of the Weeping.
At the end of the Weeping. Yeah, yep.
Oh, cool. So who are you playing
Yeah.
as?
Class names.
You were the samurai.
I was a samurai, and you.
And I
were
was the astrologer?
Astrologer, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so I was the mage.
and I was just doing some samurai moves.
You were a samurai boy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the minis now.
It was
gorgeous.
cool.
They're so cool, right?
Like we got like a lovely chat from them when we got there, and they told us all about it. They told us how the Kickstarter's happening now, or well, it wasn't happening right now because this was an early event, but it is now happening now.
It is now live.
Now it is.
now
There's not much
happening.
time left. I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure when this video will be going out, but the Kickstarter does end on the 2nd of December.
Okay,
Which might only be in a day or two from now.
so
So
do a
yeah,
backing.
check it out.
Get to it.
Yeah, get on it,
Yeah.
because obviously if you don't and you want it later, you're going to have to wait for the second printing if they do it. And I hate missing out on cool Kickstarters.
yeah. So I believe it's launching. Forgive me if I'm wrong here. I'm sure the Kickstarter will have all the information you need, but I believe it's launching with just Limgrave as the first area. And
Yeah.
then they're planning to release further boxes, and you can back it in X amount of tiers and stuff like that. There was like the full collection, which was insane. There were so many miniatures and dragons and
There
everything.
is so much to
was
it. It's insane.
Oh
It was
my
a
God.
lot.
Yeah, the all-in pledge
Yeah.
has got over 100 miniatures with a 90-hour replayable campaign.
Yeah.
And that's just Limgrave, right? So
That's just
Yeah.
Limgrave.
they more and
they
more
actually-
expansions down the line.
They clarified for us as well that the expansions that do come out further down the line, they will be like self-contained. So if like any rules were to change, like perhaps certain expansions might have their own special rules.
Right.
Yeah, like
so each
Scarlet
box
Rot
would be
will
playable.
come in another.
Oh, that's great. So you
Yeah.
could just play Kaled, or you
Yeah.
could combine it with your Limgrave set.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could move your character over and continue.
The other cool thing is the characters get their own quest book. You get your own little book, which is really cool to
Yes.
keep track of your character, so you can play a campaign. And
Oh, nice.
that book also has like your battle maps in it as well. And they've made like a cool system that's like rows and columns, and that you can be in like different stances and stuff. It was really, really cool.
Right. So what's the actual like gameplay like? What I can see like there's a map, and I guess you move around on the
Well,
map, and then when you go into a
yes.
battle, you move to like a separate battle map.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, on you go.
all right. Essentially, there's an exploration sort of part of it, and there's the battle part of it, and the two sort of work in conjunction. So you begin with a set amount of actions. I think it was 3 actions.
Yeah, you get free actions.
Yeah, so you can explore, you can have a look at the different things on the map once you have explored and placed down tiles. If there are enemies on the map, you can then engage them. So if, for instance, I was exploring and Ravs was in a fight, I would do my 3 actions to explore, and then Ravs would do
Take
his 3
3
actions
combat
in
actions.
a fight.
Yep.
So it's not like some games where combat happens and everyone else just sits there. Everyone still gets their turn, and the
Right.
play is like flowing, and it's really good. Yeah.
And can you
really
both
well
go into the
designed.
same battle, or are you like separated
You
off?
can, but I think I might be wrong here that you have to. I think it's like, what was it called? Like a token of Marika or something, like to summon in your friends.
Oh, right. Just like, yeah,
Yeah.
literally like in the computer
Just like the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, it was really fun. It literally did feel like playing Elden Ring.
It was really good.
I'm just looking now. The tree sentinel looks amazing. Did you run into him? Did he like?
No, we didn't see the tree sentinel. I think they pulled their punches on us a little bit.
They did. Yeah. While we were playing, we were getting very into it. I think I was getting a bit excited, maybe because of all the free drinks. But they were like, "Oh, you're really into it. You know, you're doing pretty well. Do you want to fight the boss? You know, you'd be the first people to fight this boss outside of the company." And we were like, "Whoa, we'll give it a go," and we did, and yeah, we actually beat it somehow.
Oh my god!
It was pretty close, though. It was like
it was close,
pretty ropey. He had like a overhead smash that like killed me in one move.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So then, Kirsty, you were just there as a no armor mage trying to zap him.
Yep. The great thing about the mage, though, was even though I was squishy as heck, I felt like I was kind of carrying the combat quite a lot.
Ooh, okay.
Like, so there's a system, the system is completely different between the classes. So me as a mage, I was spending my cards to gain a focus, I think it was called. So you get focus tokens and then you spend them to cast spells. And if you have enough, you can chain attacks. So where you would usually only do one attack, one spell attack, and that's it. If you have enough focus, you can just do as many as you can afford.
Oh, right. So you can charge.
So I was just reeling off like 3 spells in a turn and doing tons of damage, and it felt so good.
Just like the real game, magic is OP.
Yep.
So then, Rabs, how about you then as the samurai? Were you just like roly-polying around and getting
I was running around a lot because the samurai's allowed to move diagonally across the grid, which no other character can do.
Okay.
So I was very mobile. Yeah, I had the katana that I can never say the name of, that's in every the
Uchikatana?
Yeah, Uchikatana. Yeah.
That's the one.
So I had like a bit of a bleed thing going on as well. It's kind of cool. Finally got my bleed off on the boss and left him on 1 HP, and Kirsty got the last hit. I was so mad.
Sounds like Kirsty killed the boss, Rav. Stop trying to steal Kirsty's thunder on this one.
Dang it. Yeah, but there's also like, armor sets and stuff like that you can equip to your character. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You got to pick up the lives as well to give you extra lives before you fight the boss. But you have to, there was also like a timer thing, so you couldn't just endlessly explore. You have to be like progressing and using your turns wisely. Otherwise, you lose your tokens. I can't remember what they were called.
The way it was, you basically had goals that were revealed as you played the game. And if you took a turn without completing a part of that goal, like it's like collect 5 Stakes of America, for instance. If you do a turn or a round without doing that, you then get a penalty.
Right. If you get too many penalties, then you guys lose before.
You lose, I think, yeah.
Oh, okay, so you got this ticking clock. You want to power up as much as you can, but you can't power up forever.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a game at the end of the day. And it was really fun. I had a really great time. Yeah,
same. It was really good. And the battle system is so well thought out. Like, it's they said basically they wanted to capture the whole tactical element. Like when you're doing a boss in Elden Ring, you're sort of looking at it and seeing how it's going to move and what it will do next before you then go in for an attack. And I think they really succeeded with that, because you essentially have a grid which varies depending on the monster. In your little booklet, you have to flick to the right page and get the right battle map. And where you are on the battle map is the stance that you're in. So there's a defensive, there might be an aggressive where you're more susceptible to attacks.
But you
and again, it varies based on the battle map.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're playing like a barbarian type guy, you're going to be on the front line, taking more damage but dealing more damage, whereas the wizard can like hang back a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
There was also like a moving order. I think they weren't keen to use the word initiative, but basically an initiative system where like you shuffle it and you draw and it tells you who's going to go first. And if you're like in the middle position, I think it was like the in between defensive and offensive, you can move yourself on the initiative, which was super handy because it might stop you from the boss going before you and killing you. So you have to think a lot about where you're going to put your character and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, I trust these guys. I've played a lot of one of their previous games called God Tier, which I don't know if you've heard about. It's like a fantasy skirmish game. Really enjoyed that. So when I heard that these guys were making making an Elden Ring game. Oh, man, super excited.
Yeah, I'm really hyped to play more of it, honestly. Can't wait for it.
And was it just the two of you playing? I guess
it's
4 players. And it's fully
Sherwin,
cooperative, so is it like an AI that runs all the bad guys? And then you
Sherwin was running it.
Okay.
I think...
I don't think you really need like a DM, for instance, or a GM to run it. You can run it as you play.
Yeah, you can run it as you play.
But because Sherwin was talking us through it, he was acting as the GM essentially.
Well, but yeah, he knows the rules. Like, it'd be hard for you guys to run
So the way that the bad guys are run in combat, they have cards that are drawn from a deck. Kind of like, have you ever played Onitama?
No.
No, Onitama is essentially a chess game where you have cards that tell you what direction you move. And when the monster cards are drawn in their initiative order, it will say what that monster is going to do. So they're going to move left, move right. They're going to attack. They're going to move back, forward. So you can look at that and try and figure out what they're going to do next and where you could go. So it runs itself essentially. Like you just resolve each part of the initiative by looking at the cards as you go. So it's very easy to sort of get to grips with.
Oh, very cool. All right. Well, is there anything you guys want to add before we wrap things up?
Ooh.
Just to make sure you check out the Kickstarter and get in on it early if you want to get your hands on it, because I played it and I had a ton of fun and I can't wait to play some more of it, honestly. So
definitely,
you should go peep it. You should go peep it.
Go and have a little peep.
Oh, yeah, go check out the Kickstarter. There's not much time left. Like I say, it was ending on the 2nd of December. So, back it if you want to. And also, let us know in the comments. When we get our copy through, do you want to see a playthrough on the Games Night channel? Who do you reckon should be in it? What should we play as?
Me.
Leave a comment. I play as Ravs.
I play as Ravs.
I want to be the big pot guy. What's his name? The giant jar man.
Oh, I love him.
Funny you mention that. That's a Kickstarter exclusive.
It is.
Alexander.
Yes.
Potman Alexander miniature. Well, he's not a very miniature boy, but he's a miniature.
No, he's not.
He is a Kickstarter exclusive, I think so. So
I believe he is, yeah.
You should go now.
And the minis are so nice. Yeah. The minis are gorgeous. If you're like me, like I've got boxes of games full of minis behind me and I love them. So when I saw the minis on the table, I was just like, oh my God. And yeah, if you're like me, it's definitely a game for you as well. Alongside the very good gameplay, the minis, very good.
For sure.
I'm hoping they can send an early copy over to us.
Hell yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Please, Amazing. Steamforge Games, please.
Please.
Well, thanks for chatting and sharing your experience.
No problem. Cool. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you next time.